Okay, so I'd like to talk about two common errors. One is called infinite loop, and another one is called off by one. So first, let me talk about infinite loop. The infinite loop is basically your while loop, right? It will execute this statement forever, and it will never terminate. So let's take a look at this case. So your balance is initially is a 0. So 0 is less than target, which is a 3. And so it's going to print high. And you set balance as 2. And then it's going to back to this while statement. So 2 is less than target, yes. So it's going to print high. You set balance as a 2. And then now it's going to back to this while loop. Is a 2 less than target? Yes. So it's going to repeat this statement forever. The solution is inside this while loop, right? You have to have a statement which make this condition eventually false. So let's just write this code quickly. So now the balance is what? 3, right? And then the target is 3, so while balance is less than our target, which is 3, and then you print high, and then the balance, if you just set balance as a 2, the problem is this will never become false, right? Therefore, your loop is going to execute forever. It's not going to ever terminate. So the solution is you increment this test variable, right? By the way, this is a test variable, right? So the solution is you have to increment this balance by some amount. Let's say by 1. Right? So I mean this is very typical patterns. You have a test. You have to initialize your test variable. So sorry, this is 1 go to 0. So you first initialize your test variable, and you use the test variable in this condition, right? Then you increment this test variable by some amount. So I mean this is very typical pattern. Right? But if you don't have this, okay, let's say if your balance is 2, meaning that this is never going to be false, right? Then we'll have an infinite loop. By the way, do not follow this example. Okay, do not, please. Let's say run this module. So now, as you can see, it's going to execute forever. So I'm gonna kill this program. Right? The only way to stop this code is to kill the process, to kill the program by Control-C. Okay, so this is the infinite loop problem. Another problem is something called off by 1. So off by 1 means, let's say you want to print, since you have 5 fingers, right? First, second, third, fourth, and 5th finger. What you want is print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you initialize your test variable to a wrong value, or if you use the wrong comparison symbol, right, you may end up printing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that means by 051. So let's just I'll give you an example. I show you the example. So new file. So you have a 5 finger, right? So finger, you're starting, okay, finger. Let's say just follow this example first. And then while finger is less than, since you have a 5 finger, you have 5. And then I'm going to print finger. And then the finger is, I'm going to increment finger by 1. So when I print this, run module, so it's going to really print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this is not what you want, right? You want to print 1 through 5. So things that you have to fix is, in this case, there are two ways. First, you initialize the finger as 1, and then you put the equal sign. That means you start off with a 1, right? And then this will execute as long as finger is less than or equal to 5. And that's why it's going to print 5 here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another way is you can have, and then 6. That means 6. That means this will execute this print statement as long as your finger is less than 6. That means this statement will be executed as long, even up to 5. If the finger value is 5, right? 5 is less than 6, so it's going to still execute this two statement. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so this is my second way to change this first code. Okay, so this is something called off by 1 error, and I show you how to fix this off by 1 error. Okay, so let me end my lecture here.